how are you? My name is Jessi Moon, and I'm happy to be here and with you. And I hope you're ready for a yin class, a nice, relaxing, restorative, deep stretching. We'll do some deep breathing, a little meditating. So we'll start with our legs up the wall, and if you don't have a wall, then you can just put your legs up on the couch. And today what you can do to just change it up a little bit, this is my favorite restorative pose, legs up the wall, but instead of just having your back flat, you can bring a blanket and put the blanket like an inch away from the wall, and then you can bring your legs up, or if you want it even higher, you can bring a bolster underneath you, which I might try that for a little bit. And then at any time, if you want to remove the bolster or the blanket from under you, you can do that. And I'm on the other side of the room because it's a little less noisy since the studio is booming now. Okay, so you just bring your sit bones up on the wall, butt touches the wall, and then shoulders down and swing those legs up. So it's kind of nice if you get that lift under your hips. But if your body's not enjoying it, you can remove it. So you can bring your arms maybe over your head, maybe in cactus arms. Just open up the chest here to begin, and then close your eyes. And we'll just observe what state we're in. Just observe your toes, the sensations in your toes and your feet. And take a big breath in through your nose and expand your heart and your belly. And then just open your mouth and give a sigh. See if you can start to feel the blood kind of moves away from your feet. This is really good for the circulation in your legs. It's really good when you're pregnant. This is, if you have any friends that are pregnant, this is a good pose to just share with them, because the ankles and the feet get swollen and painful because the circulation kind of gets cut off. So it can, you know, we need this circulation help. If you want to bring your arms down, you can bring them down now if that's more comfortable. Palms face up. So you can just start to feel the blood kind of struggles to pump to the toes, and it starts to move away from the feet. So then when we come out of this pose, the legs get this nice big rush of blood, and it just really helps with that circulation and energy in the feet and the legs. So like I said, anytime there's any swelling or just tired feet, you can do this just for a few minutes, 5 minutes, and it can really help you feel a reduced sense of inflammation and pain in the legs and feet. So another deep breath in through the nose, expanding the heart and the belly, and exhaling it out. Nice big sigh. And we'll take a few more deep breaths in. And just nice, long, slow exhale out. You want to use that Ujjayi tool where you restrict the muscles on the throat so that the breath comes out a little bit more slow and it creates this. Or if your mouth is closed, you still hear that sound but with the mouth closed. So let's focus on the Ujjayi breathing as we're sitting here, breathing in through the nose. Really expanding the lungs and the belly too, and exhale back through the nose, but create that hissing sound, that H sound at the back of your throat. Oh, and if you have any friends that are pregnant, we always put the bolster or blankets under so that they're not flat on their back, because sometimes the baby can push on, they call it the vena cava nerve, but there's some nerves that can just get pressure, and this helps for the blood to kind of have more of a waterfall effect, not just flat on the back, you know? So just good awareness to just feel the different changes when we change up these poses a little bit, how they make you feel. And I always like to think of our friends, because, you know, even if you're not a trained yoga teacher, you can always teach little things like this to your friends that might be struggling. So just observe the mind now. Maybe rock your head side to side. Massage the back of your head. Massage and release in your head. Good. Really releasing and just tuning into the good feeling. We don't often allow ourselves to really just tune into the pleasure in our yoga. There's so many different kinds of yoga, and they're all good. Kind of the more, you know, the traditional yoga practice is really about tuning in to where you feel the stress, breathing into it and releasing it so that we can just feel more clean and clear for our meditation and self-reflection. You can bend the bottom or bend your knees, bring the bottoms of your feet together now. Maybe hands to your thighs. You can push your thighs towards the wall or just relax here. Kind of let the blood rush into the feet so you feel that rejuvenating in your feet. I love to do this in the sauna too, because sometimes the sauna is really intense for my head. So a way to be able to sustain and be in the sauna longer is you just lay down and put your feet up. A little hot tip. Okay, soles of the feet onto the wall now. And knees nice and wide. Relaxing here, breathing down into the low belly. Maybe put your hands to your low belly if you'd like and just feel that expansion as you inhale. Belly pushes up. And gently exhale, feel the belly fall. Just focusing on the breath rising and falling in the belly and how good that feels. You can rub your belly, send some healing energy into this area. So yeah, like I was saying, we don't often always just tune into what feels good in our body. You want to follow the good feeling. That's really the teaching in life. And in meditation, in your yoga practice, right? Follow the good feeling. And then you can bring your knees up towards your shoulders and kind of give them a little bit of a squeeze here. Maybe roll your ankles around. So really tune into the good feeling in your hips. If you'd like, you can reach and grab your feet for happy baby. And I still have this bolster under, but that's okay. You can leave it under. Still kind of getting an inversion here. You can squeeze your feet in your happy baby pose. So really tuning into what feels good. Squeeze your toes. Squeeze your feet. And then we can just bring our feet back up towards the ceiling. And if you have that bolster or blanket, your feet might be a little bit more away because the bolster is so big. So that's okay. You can just have your feet straight up, or you can have them be up the wall here. Maybe roll your ankles while your feet are up here. Roll them one way a few times and then roll them the other way a few times. And then you can just let your feet come, your whole legs, your knees come towards your face. And you can reach up and maybe grab your ankles, flex your toes, and let the weight of your arms kind of pull the legs to get a little bit of a stretch here. You can even do the yogi toe lock if you'd like. Pointer finger and middle finger around the big toe. You can bring your legs back straight up and then just let them go wide apart. You can grab the inside of your thighs if you'd like. My legs are away from the wall, so that feels comfortable. If your legs are on the wall, you might have your hands on the outsides of your thighs. So go to, where does it feel good for you? What feels good? When you flex your toes, you notice how that maybe deepens the stretch. Maybe you can point your toes, flex. Just let your hands support your legs so that you're getting that stretch in the place where you want it to be. So if you hold your inner thighs, sometimes that can really help your legs to relax a little bit more. And breathe it down into those inner thighs. We can gently and slowly close the legs, bring the hands on the outsides of the thighs to close them, and then just hug the knees up into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze here. And then you can just let your legs fall over to the left side for a little bit of a twist. You can grab the inside of your right knee with your left hand. Make sure that right arm is reaching out to the right. Take a few breaths here. Another option is to straighten the right leg, grab the big toe to get a little bit of a deeper kind of a nerve stretch on the outside of the leg and hip. Maybe look to the right. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring it up. We can bring the right ankle on the top of the right thigh for a figure 4 stretch for a moment. You can push your right knee away from you and bring that left leg closer towards you, or maybe just interlace your hands around the shin or the back of the thigh to get that figure 4 stretch. We're going to get a deeper stretch for this area later. So just a quick opening, and then let your knees fall over to the right. And we'll do our twist. So twisting is so important. Our spines kind of get rigid as we age, so we want to keep twisting these restorative twists. Really let yourself breathe deep and relax that left shoulder. Maybe look over to the left and stay here for a few more breaths. Keep softening in your belly. And if you want to, straighten the left leg. Grab the big toe or the ankle. Breathe the left hip away from your belly. Big, slow, deep breaths. When you're ready, we'll just start to come on up, and the left ankle will come on top of the right thigh for the figure 4. Alright, legs back up for a moment. Big, deep, expansive breath to the belly. And then what you can do is just slide your feet halfway down the wall, push into the wall, and rise your hips up for a shoulder stand. You can move your bolster or your blankets out from underneath you if you had those. And then we can just take a moment here in our shoulder stand with our feet on the wall. Scoot your shoulders closer together. Okay, so once you got a good grip of your hips, maybe bring one leg over your head and maybe the other, and maybe your feet are just way still up in the air. You don't have to bring them all the way down, but the full pose is toes are on the ground. Ankles together, legs are straight. So just a few breaths in our plow. Just doing what feels good for you. You can bring one leg up, let yourself play in your plow and shoulder stand, just tuning into your body. Maybe one leg up and then switch, bring the other leg up. It's nice you have the wall there, so you have that support. Maybe just a few more breaths in your plow. And when you're ready to come out, you can bring your palms to your mat and just slowly roll down. If you want to bring your feet to the wall and then roll down first, that's nice too. So now our backs are flat on the wall. Bring the soles of your feet together again, pushing your thighs towards the wall. Alright, and then we're going to roll over onto our side. We could be here the whole class. There's so much we can do with the legs up the wall. Alright, that was lovely. Let's come forward and do a child's pose. Maybe child's pose with nothing. But if you want a bolster under you, go ahead and put it under your belly. Otherwise, if you're okay without the bolster, just bring your forehead to the ground. And your hips relax to your heels, knees are a little bit apart. Breath is still coming down into your belly, nice and slow. And exhale all your thoughts out into the earth. Just sending unconditional love from your higher self, from the witness consciousness or the observer. Just imagine showering love into your brain and into your body. Just all good things, good thoughts, just following the good feeling. And any negativity, any pain, we're releasing with each exhale. So we're giving ourselves a healing here. We're shifting so much. There's so much healing that happens in yoga. You can rock your forehead left to right if you'd like. Massage your forehead on the floor. Just really turning into that peaceful, blissful being that is innate within you. Really making our body and the cells and our mind and the matter of our brain just get mushy and in alignment with pure bliss, with divine energy and love. Just a few more breaths in child's pose. So from here, you're going to take whatever level you feel comfortable with, but we're going to put pressure on the crown of our head, and we're going to create that triangle, just like the base of a headstand. And you're welcome to come in a headstand. So if you want to come over to the wall, and we're not going to like kick up, you know, like get all spazzy right now. We're going to like really be restorative and yin about it. So if you know, headstand is, you've never done it before, you don't have to try, but you can try if you want. I can explain it real quick. So we're kind of going to do the bring the head down now. So interlace your hands, and what you can do is just put the crown of your head in the middle of your triangle, and you can just stay here. But if you have a more advanced practice, go ahead and lift your knees up, and you can walk your toes towards your face, and you can bring your hips right over your shoulder. So you might do that even if you don't have a headstand practice. You can just work on bringing your hips over your shoulders, and then if you want to bring your feet up, just very slowly push into your elbows and then come up. And so you're either kind of in that child's pose, putting pressure on the crown of your head, or you can come into a headstand. And if you're in a headstand, make sure you really push into your forearms. And we can slowly just come back into a child's pose from wherever you're at. So everybody got a little pressure on the crown of the head. And also one of the objectives of that is to adjust the neck. So when you learn how to do headstand, it can be very restorative and rejuvenating, and helpful in aligning the bones in the neck, as long as you don't put too much pressure on the head. Okay, so we can roll up slowly now, one vertebrae at a time. Come on up and just sit up in hero's pose. Sitting up on your heels. If this hurts, of course, you're welcome to cross your legs. Always listen to your body. If there's any kind of injuries or anything, just roll your shoulders up and back and down. Just a few times. We can interlace our hands behind our back. Breathe into the chest here, and just squeeze the shoulder blades together while reaching up through the crown of the head. Maybe begin to lift your chin up. And lift up. If this is too intense too, you can just maybe grab the forearms behind you. Or reverse Namaste feels good here too. You bring the palms together behind your back. You're starting to open up the chest, open up the back. We can reach our arms out and up. Take a breath. Interlace our hands like you're shooting all your energy up towards the ceiling. And then just grab onto your right elbow for a tricep stretch here. Take a big breath into that tricep, and then we can gently switch to the other side. Grab your left elbow here. And then we can bring the right arm across and stretch. Grabbing onto the arm. Just for a moment, stretch the other arm. Reach through the left fingertips. Grab the arm with the right hand. And then let's just open our arms out and up and around. A couple breaths. Just feeling those arms. All right, and then let's grab a block. And we can lay on it and open the chest even more. So it'll be more fun to open those arms when we have our shoulder blades on this block. Okay, so just one block. If you need support for your head, you need another block, you're welcome to put a block under your head. Otherwise, just have the block go under your shoulder blades, and we can start to feel that. Breathe into that. Maybe bring your arms up over your head. And here you can bring the soles of your feet together. I have a little pole, so that doesn't feel so great for me right now. I'll cross my legs, or straightening the legs is great too. So you can decide what feels good for your legs. Maybe a little bit of all three. We just want to focus on the chest opening. We're going to breathe into the heart and let your chin really jut back behind you so your throat is getting a nice opening here. Doesn't that feel good? And we're going to breathe and then just release. Just picturing that throat chakra really opening up, and the heart center letting go. I don't know about you guys, but I guess there's some kind of intense energy that went on the past few days, and I think I was feeling it. So I assume you guys are feeling it, because we're all connected and we all feel it, whether we know we're feeling it or not. But this can just help us breathe into the heart. Any like heavy stuff that's been going on lately, let's exhale and just intend to let it go, because it is how it's supposed to be. You know, a lot of times our life, so much of our suffering has to do with our idea of what we thought we wanted, right? And so just breathe into those ideas, because we don't always get what we want. It's life. Life isn't about getting what you want. It's not about manifesting what you want. It's about learning and growing and evolving and realizing our purpose and who we are, feeling ourselves, experiencing. But our brain doesn't always get it. So there's a sense of humility that we have to kind of hold throughout our life, a constant letting go. So take a big breath in and know that it's okay that you don't know. It's okay that you don't get what you want. It's a good thing. You're not supposed to. We're not supposed to be narcissistic beings, always getting what we want, fulfilling our needs. We're here to learn. We're here to see what is. We're here to learn to flow with life and let go and be like the stream that just flows over the rocks. You know, not getting caught up trying to grab onto the branches all the time because we want this and we want that and we're going against the stream. It's like, just let go. Just float. It's all good. No matter what river you float down, it all flows into the same sea. So take a deep breath in and exhale, let go. Just know whatever it is, it's okay. It's perfect how it is. And you're letting go, and I'm proud of you. We're learning this together. We're all going to merge into the sea and float as one anyways, so we might as well just float around those boulders with ease. instead of hanging on to them. The sea is the place to be. Okay. Let's just open our arms however you want. If you want to just kind of do some arm circles. So we're in the sea now. We're in the flow. You feel your opening. Does that feel good? You can even bring your hands to your shoulders and just kind of coach. Maybe sweep across your chest, coaching your shoulders and your collarbones and your throat, your beautiful throat, and your jaw and your facial muscles, just everything relaxing as you melt here. Big breath in, just like my hand is underneath your chest, just lifting you up, just encouraging you to breathe in and feel the love here and now, and exhale, let go of what you didn't get, what didn't go your way, right? Just like little children, we have our little temper tantrums, and we cry, and we get mad. And it's okay, because we all do it. But we don't want to do it for too long, because it doesn't feel good, and we want to feel good, right? You want to be in the flow, not trying to keep grabbing all the branches all the time. Okay, let's roll over onto our side and come on up. Come on up. And we're gonna, let's do a nice forward fold now. That felt really good. Opened up our chest. You can grab your bolster and we can put it in front of us with our legs straight. Paschimottanasana. Ow. We'll breathe in, take a breath. Push that bolster into your belly, and then exhale. Bring yourself down and forward. Maybe grab your toes. Drop your head down. If you want to put a block or a pillow or something under your forehead, that can feel really good to just give yourself a little extra release and support for the forehead. So take another deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Good, take another deep breath. Exhale, releasing one more time. Maybe wiggle side to side. And then we're going to roll up and just bring the soles of the feet together. So same thing, just soles of the feet together, bolster is still in your belly, and then you can come on forward, bring that blanket under your forehead. And release here. Just one more breath here. And then go ahead and roll up. Because I got to get to the pose I wanted to get to. So what we're going to do is bring our bolster underneath us, And if you have two bolsters, this is a good pose for two bolsters, but you could just, put blankets up here. So you create this little space right here between your bolsters. One is the long way, one is the short way. And you're going to put your thigh, so say your left thigh is going to go on the bolster, and then your right shin is going to go in between. So we're doing pigeon pose, a little restorative pigeon pose. Breathe here. Take a breath and then let yourself just relax in a little sleeping pigeon. So you can have a pillow under your head here as you relax, and then that other pillow is under your left leg while your right leg goes in front of the bolster. See, so my shin is on the ground. My right shin is on the ground, and my left thigh is on the bolster. And then we're going to breathe. And if you want more of a stretch, you just heel toe your right ankle up towards the top of your mat. So you'll get a little deeper stretch that way. Just all your awareness in that right hip. Breathing into that hip. I love this version of pigeon. It's another really good one we do for the pregnant mamas, because the belly is kind of right in between. So we're breathing in and exhale, releasing. You feel that right hip and glute begin to release. Maybe at first it was a little tighter. So when you're ready, we can just push ourselves up, and we're going to switch sides. So you'll bring the bolster under your right leg now. So you move it over, and then the left leg is going to come up in between those bolsters, right leg on top, and then you can relax down again. And remember, if you want a deeper stretch, just bring this foot up towards the front of the mat, this left foot up a little more. Just a few more deep breaths here. We're just going to slowly come up. You can just kind of lean off of that. And we can bring our bolster so that it's going to be under our legs for our final relaxation pose. You might want to put a blanket under your head, and we're going to lay down. So the knees are risen a little bit. Palms face up. And tuck your tailbone underneath you. Scoot your shoulder blades together. Tuck your chin into your chest. And just let your body be nice and heavy. Take a big breath in through the nose. And then open your mouth to give a sigh, a nice ah. One more time like that, in through the nose, expanding in the heart and in the belly. And exhale. And just focus on the point between the eyebrows. Let's think about the divine. Just imagine an angel or a fairy came and just gave you a blessing on your forehead. Or your favorite spiritual teacher or being, whether they're alive or not. Let's just think of our favorites. I love to connect with the higher beings. Connect with the being below you, the earth. And you feel the earth's energy below you. Take a big breath in. Imagine your body soaking it up. And at the same time, feeling a sense of gratitude for your breath and for your body and for your heart beating. And just imagine your favorite higher being giving you a kiss on your forehead, sending you so much love and blessing. Just wishing you to realize your true potential, to realize the divine presence within you, to really develop your connection with yourself and your higher self, with God, the universe, whatever you want to call that which creates and sustains all of existence, the innate intelligence that knows what it's doing, that we are a reflection of, that created this beautiful you and me and the earth and the trees, that innate intelligence. Let's take a deep breath in and just say thank you. I love you. This is so cool. And exhaling. Just making a point to remind ourselves of this presence throughout our day. All day long. But especially now, feel a softening in your forehead from that beautiful blessing. And see if you can see a light there as you. The teaching is look at your third eye to connect with the divine. That's yoga. Union with the divine. Union with yourself. So look at your third eye to connect with your yourself and God, innate intelligence, and relax your brain. Relax your brain. So can you feel how you can consciously relax your brain? Imagine a waterfall of light flowing into the brain. And my love and my light flowing into your ears and into your brain, sending you a blessing from my being, from my spirit, through my voice and into you. Take a deep breath in and feel it. Blessing of the Siddhas. They've blessed me, and I'm sending you my love, my blessing. So just soak it in like a little energy massage in your brain, releasing and letting go, and just allowing yourself to be loved, to be held by the earth, to be soothed, to relax your facial muscles in your jaw and your throat, and breathe into your heart and that healing that we had with that block under our chest, the shift that we made, and the release and the letting go. It's always about letting go. You're in the flow. Sometimes you just gotta let go because you're hanging on. And I do it too. Everybody does. But that's the wisdom, is knowing you're protected and guided no matter where you are, every day, day and night, in all your activities. There is a flow. You're either in it or your brain is doing something else, trying to make something happen that's not working, and maybe you just push too hard and then something hurts and then somebody gets mad at you and it's like, oh, okay, I think I need to stop, right? Because the flow, when you're in the flow, there's a flow. When you're out of the flow, it's like there's fighting. There's fighting, there's hurt, there's sadness, that's out of the flow. So take a deep breath in. I'm teaching myself at the same time. I need this advice just as much as you may. Take a deep breath into your heart and let's just intend to really live in the flow. Live in the flow of this creation, flowing with the stream. Having fun as we flow down the river. And getting good at like watching out for boulders and not running into them, and not like purposely running into them and like getting stuck on a boulder and wonder like, what's the problem? It's like, just get off the boulder, get back in the flow, right? So let's just really visualize that stream, like we're just flowing in the river. That would be fun to do together on a retreat someday. We should do that. Go somewhere and get a raft. I've always wanted to do that. Those little inner tubes, and you just float down for like hours. So we're floating now. We're in the flow. We're in the flow of the feeling. Where is the feeling? Breathe into your heart. You feel opening in your heart, the relaxation in your body, the healing, and the being, just the beingness of your being, and the higher being that's blessing you, and the love of the siddhas and this yoga. There's so much love in yoga. There's so much yoga in our society now. And it just brings the love out in us. It just helps us connect to the flow, to releasing the banging ourselves up. It's like, okay, it's time to breathe, time to stretch, time to let go, time to relax, time to meditate, time to feel the peace, time to be happy, time to stop bitching or whatever we do. Time to feel good. So let's feel good every day, all day long. And when you don't feel good, remember, practice your yoga. And remember to let go. Take a deep breath, no matter where you're at. Don't forget to dance. Don't forget to just set your spirit free. Take another big breath. Just imagining your whole body's in just a little cocoon or like an egg of healing white light. Like you're in the womb. We're in the cosmic womb. And we're always in the womb. That's the realization. We're in the cosmic womb at all times. So stop kicking the belly. Take a deep breath in and feel the warmth of the mother, the peace, the father, the intelligence, God, whatever you want to call it. We're in it, we are it, we're a reflection of it, we're realizing it and learning how to feel good and be in the flow and listening. And gaining the tools so that we can feel good. You can begin to hug your knees up into your chest, wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, we just roll over and come on up. And sit up. And we can do a little meditation. Cross our legs. And bring our palms to face up. And when we sit up like this, so we did all this healing yoga. And so that we can feel even better. And so when we look at our third eye here, when you sit up straight, there's you can tune into this floating feeling. So you can bring your pointed finger and thumb together if you like. Take a big breath in. Do you feel that deep sense of like, release? It's like, damn, I've been holding on to a lot. You know, and that's what's cool about going on retreats or just taking time, even on your own. You don't have to go on a retreat, but that's really where I've learned so much, learned how to really do more, than one yoga class. Like do it again, take a full day to meditate a few times throughout the day, maybe do, it's just the self-care. Do some yoga stretches. Really take time to release, keep releasing on a deeper and deeper and deeper level, because we carry so much stress. We push ourselves so hard, especially if you live here with me in Orange County. It's insane. Everybody's insane here. So just focus on the point between the eyebrows, which is we are too, myself included. When I go to the East Coast to visit my son in Vermont, I really can see my insanity because there's so few people in the town that he lives that when I drive, I don't really know where I'm at over there, so I always look behind me like, oh God, who am I pissing off right now? And there's never anybody behind me. It's the weirdest thing. And so it really makes me realize, wow, California is intense. We have to be intense. We have to look out. People are crazy. They're cutting us off. They're full of tension. But luckily we have yoga, so there are really sweet, loving, beautiful beings. So as we gaze at the point between the eyebrows, take a deep breath in. But we also have to acknowledge that that kind of frantic energy is in us too, because we're affected by it. And, you know, it's like monkey see, monkey do. We, you know, even though I'm this meditating yogi that teaches, you know, I notice my craziness. We have to be able to see what causes our suffering in order to let it go. So don't ever be afraid of looking at it. Don't ever be afraid of looking at what is in your mind or what tension is in your body, because it's in the looking that we find. And in that discovery is where we can release what it is, because we might not even realize that we were hanging on. So this river, there's so many rivers that flow within us. There's rivers in our hips, in our belly. There's energy channels. We're energy beings. It's all over us. There's so many different meridians, and we have a toroidal field, a biomagnetism. And the reason we focus on the point between the eyebrows is to bring that biomagnetism up to the crown. So I love you. I send you all my love. We can bring our palms up, hands to our hearts, and I honor you. You guys have a wonderful night. Or whenever you happen to watch this morning, the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.